like this. And Ann Coulter joins us now from New York. Your publishers gave us chapter 1, Ann Coulter. I've read it. Does it get any better?
Apparently, a lot of people think so.
Well, I mean, I simply don't understand some of the premises in this. For example, you describe Darwinism as the liberals' creation myth.
Yes.
You believe the world was created in 6 days, do you?
No, that is not the only alternative to
what is your
us
alternative?
sharing a common earthworm.
Yes, it's just, what is your alternative?
The point is that Darwinism, I'm a critic of Darwinism. I think I could be a restaurant critic without having to start my own restaurant. I'm describing Darwinism, and the only problem with it is it's an illogical, tautological theory. The evidence Darwin said would be there is not there, and in fact, a lot of evidence contradicts it. Other than that, it's a fine theory.
Do you have an alternative?
No, I think I just said. I'm just talking about Darwinism not being true, and yet it's taught as if it's science in the public schools. It is
right.
a belief, a faith belief, without any evidence to support it.
Now, you say that liberalism has become the state religion of America, and yet, looking at America this side of the Atlantic, and you look at, your government's ban on embryonic stem cell research, for example, or we look at the postures of the Bush administration on matters like gay marriage and so on, that is not how it seems.
Well, in the public schools, for example, the government schools, a reform rabbi can't stand up and give a non-sectarian prayer at a high school graduation. Just this weekend, the valedictorian of a high school was giving her valedictorian speech, and the moment she mentioned God, she wanted to thank God, the microphone was yanked from her hands. She couldn't continue. The audience obviously was upset by this, but that is the official policy of the government. We can't have even moments of silence because the children might pray. But at the same time, you have recycling, global warming, safe sex, taught, children being baptized in it through government-paid teachers. They are baptized in the religion of liberalism for 6 hours a day, 12 days a week in Los Angeles. Just recently, a friend told me that his kindergartner came home crying, angry at his mother after his first day of school, not even a couple of weeks into it, first day of kindergarten, asking his mother why she had put garbage in his lunch pail. Why did she send him to school with garbage? And the teacher had instructed the students that the plastic that the sandwich was wrapped in goes into landfills, so it's garbage, and only children whose lunches came in Tupperware would get little smiley faces for being friendly to the environment. That's just a crazy religious belief.
Well, on this question of the environment, you have a remark here. Environmentalist energy plan is the repudiation of America and Christian destiny, which is jet skis, steak on the electric grill, hot showers and night skiing.
Yes.
You honestly believe that?
Did you have a question?
I'm asking you whether you honestly believe that.
Yeah, I believe everything in the book. You can set all those questions aside. Do I believe what I wrote?
All right.
Yes, I do.
So you also believe there is some sort of liberal hegemony in the mass media, do you?
That's 3 books back.
Yes,
though.
okay.
And I won that debate.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, you're appearing on ABC, NBC, now you're on the BBC. I just don't see how this argument stacks up.
No, you're right. And with a warm introduction like you just gave me, no liberal hegemony there.
All right, let's talk about warm words. Let's talk about your description of the widows of 9/11. Do you want to withdraw any of those comments?
No, I think you can save all the do you want to withdraw questions, but you couldn't quote me accurately. I didn't write about the 9/11 widows. I wrote about 4 widows cutting campaign commercials for John Kerry and using the fact that their husbands died on 9/11 to prevent anyone from responding. Though I suppose you could say I'm wrong about that because there you have it. I've criticized and there hasn't been a peep about it.
But what do you make of the comment of someone like Bill O'Reilly of Fox News who says that kind of vitriol is, as he puts it, mean and counterproductive to the right-wing cause?
Obviously, I think he's wrong, or I wouldn't have written it. Like I say, I believe everything I wrote in my book, and I'd write it the way I wrote it. Even with the strong encouragement of Bill O'Reilly, his own His own Latin American poll showed that most of his viewers, certainly most of the people who responded to his poll, which he kept open for a week, agreed with me, with 72% supporting.
So you have
much
no,
higher in other polls.
You have no anxiety that many people will just look at this and find it so extreme and so absurd that they won't countenance a more reasoned critique of the liberal establishment as you see it?
The more reasoned critiques, as you put it, aren't the #1 book in America, and mine is, so I think I'm doing just fine.
Okay, Ann Coulter, thank you. Well, England have gone through to the first knockout stage of the World Cup. They went through to the last 16 after drawing 2-2 with Sweden to emerge at the top of Group B. Michael Owen was stretchered off. They haven't managed to do it in any game over the past 38 years, and once again, England failed to beat Sweden. There were plenty of goals, though. A major disaster in the first minute when Michael Owen's right knee buckled, signalling the end of the match for him and possibly the tournament. But this didn't set the tone for long. Joe Cole scored England's first goal in the 33rd minute with an audacious shot from outside the box.
Brilliant!
But where England dominated the first half, it was all Sweden's in the second. They soon equalised. Steven Gerrard scored England's second goal and they looked safe. But Sweden nabbed a late equaliser to draw the game 2-2. In the other Group B match played this